Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
وبركاته. الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده. ثم أما بعد. Respected scholars, academics, and my dear brothers and sisters. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said in the Noble Quran, وَلَا تَسُبُّوا الَّذِينَ يَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ فَيَسُبُّوا اللَّهَ عَدْوًا بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ. Do not abuse or do not swear at the people who call others beside Allah. Meaning, do not swear and do not abuse the people who do not believe in Allah. وَلَا تَسُبُّوا الَّذِينَ يَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ فَيَسُبُّوا اللَّهَ. And if you do so, then they will call or they will swear or abuse your Allah, your God, your Creator without knowledge. We see as Muslims, many of us who have habits of calling other Muslims with bad names, abusing Muslims, swearing at Muslims. And even for some time we see amongst the scholars and amongst the students of knowledge, we are giving scholars that maybe we do not agree with. We are giving them bad names. We are calling brothers and sisters who are not maybe part of us, we're giving them bad names and we are being abusive towards them. But Allah is saying, don't even abuse the people who do not believe in Allah, who do not or who worship things other than Allah. Because if we do so, then they may do the same. How about abusing, giving bad names, calling Muslims with bad names and in abusive words? And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Al-Hujurat as well, وَلَا تَنَابَزُوا بِالْأَلْقَابِ. Do not give the bad nicknames. Do not call one another with bad names and do not give them the bad nicknames. وَلَا تَنَابَزُوا بِالْأَلْقَابِ. But unfortunately, many of us, maybe you may agree, that many of us are actively involved in calling each other with bad names. You know, these so-and-so, Fulan and Alan, we are giving bad names. I don't mean to say that we do not differ. We do not have ikhtilaf. We do not have dialogue and discussion. But that doesn't mean that we should be getting involved in calling people and addressing people, and especially the people of Islam, people of faith, people of Shahada, in a bad manner. Because we are the ummah of akhlaq. We are the ummah of character, husnul khuluq. And our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he had the best character. Another thing we see, brothers and sisters, is that sometimes what we do not know, if we do not know something, then we tend to say it's not there. So if we do not know a hadith, then we think this hadith is not there, it didn't exist. If we do not know a mas'ala, a ruling, then we tend to say that it is not there or it's not in Islam. Don't forget, Islam, the fiqh, the Islamic law, Islamic jurisprudence, and even hadith and tafsir, Islam is very vast. There are different opinions. You find four major schools of thought in Islamic fiqh jurisprudence: Al-Hanafiyya, Wal-Malikiyya, Wal-Shafi'iyya, Wal-Hanabila. These four major schools. And then there are more than four schools. And sometimes, brothers and sisters and respected ulama, I'm sure you know, that you find within one school, there are multiple opinions. Within Hanafi school, you find more than one opinion. Within Shafi'i school, you find more than one opinion. Within Hanbali school, you find more than one opinion. And sometimes you find multiple opinions in one specific mas'ala. There are things and issues that are completely, absolutely agreed by all the scholars. But there are some some of the things, some of the issues that they're not majority, but still a big significant number of issues are differed by the scholars of Islam. But what we do, just because I do not know they exist in another school or in another madhab or in another opinion of another imam, like rightly guided scholars of Islam, we tend to say it's not there. And this is the reason why as-salaf as-salihin, the predecessors, they say a very beautiful phrase. They say, "An-nasu a'da ma jahilu." People are enemies of what they do not know. People are enemies of what they do not know. An-nasu a'da ma jahilu. So just because I didn't know a specific mas'ala, that doesn't mean that it didn't exist or there is not a discussion amongst the scholars of Islam. We always need to make sure. And I've seen these problems, and this is causing really incredible amount of disunity. Sometimes a specific scholar maybe gave a fatwa based on a specific madhab or school, but then the other parties or the people from the other school, they are thinking that this is not in Islam because they have no access, or they didn't enter into the fiqh of other schools, or fiqh of, maybe they don't even have the deep knowledge of their own school or own madrasa or own sort of madhab that they're in. And so therefore fiqh is very vast. Islam is the name of a big circle, and when we make comments, we have to be very, very careful. If we do not know, then we need to make sure we get to know and we confirm our knowledge and our information. And I have said that sometimes even the scholars of Islam, those who even claim to be imams and scholars, sometimes we see that we fall into the same mistake. So we really need to make sure the information before we say it's not part of religion or it didn't exist in religion. Otherwise we'll fall into the phrase which the scholars of Islam say, "An-nasu a'da ma jahilu," people are enemies of what they do not know. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you, and may Allah the Almighty enlighten our hearts with the knowledge of Quran, Sunnah and Fiqh and Ijma' and Qiyas. Wa jazakumullah khairan. Thank you for listening attentively.